With the release of Attack on Titan's final season last week, a lot of people were confused with the abrupt transition to the war from where we left off in Attack on Titan Season 3 with Eren and the rest of the Survey Corps members. The last thing we saw was our main cast arriving at the port and seeing the ocean for the first time, with Eren stating that if they kill all their enemies on the other side, will they finally be free. And with the beginning of the final season, we plunge straight into a war and are introduced to brand new characters and a whole new perspective on the world of Attack on Titan, which I'm sure left many people like, wait, what's going on here? Did I miss something? So in today's video, I'm going to be explaining everything you need to know about the Marley Warriors, from their motives, goals, identities, powers, history, etc. So you can know roughly what's going on so far in this final season of Attack on Titan. What I'll be discussing is what's relevant. I'm not going to go extremely in depth, as I'm sure most of you will still want to see the story unfold by itself. And after just recently rewatching the whole series in its entirety before going into the final season, my love for Attack on Titan has increased exponentially, and I really wanted to try my hand at making videos for this final season. With this being very different from my typical My Hero Academia videos on the channel, I'm going to set a like goal of 50 likes just to see if you guys want to see more Attack on Titan content on the channel. But before we kick off the video, if you are new to the channel, make sure to smash the subscribe button and turn notifications so you keep up with more Attack on Titan videos in the future. Also follow me on Twitter so you can keep updated with me outside of YouTube. Last but not least, this video will contain minor spoilers for the final season of Attack on Titan, but nothing too crazy. And let's begin. So the first thing I want to address is when the events of season 4 are actually taking place. The Marleyan War against the Middle East Allied Forces is taking place approximately 4 years after where we left off in season 3 with Eren and the others. After failing to recover the founding Titan, which is possessed by Eren, and losing the Colossal Titan and the female Titan, Marley's failures were publicly broadcasted, which led to the Mid-East Allied Forces declaring war on Marley, as the loss of the Titans meant they were obviously weaker. Now this can be further seen through the very first episode of the final season, that Marley is a nation which relies on the power of the Titans for its military might. But even the power of the Titans is struggling in face of new technological advances. For example, with the anti-Titan artillery we see present in the war's climax at Fort Slava, the enemy were easily able to dispose of the pure Titans deployed by Zeke, and the weapons they used even had enough firepower to pierce through the Armored Titan's armor, which is one of the 9 Titans. Due to this serious issue being on the rise, Marley wants to obtain the founding Titan, which is possessed by Eren, immediately to boost his military might and essentially become untouchable. With Marley already having the power of 5 of the 9 Titans, should they get the power of the founding Titan as well as someone with royal blood, they would be able to exercise the true power of the founding Titan, allowing them to control Titans and manipulate the memories of the subjects of Ymir. So this is actually the main objective of the Marleyan army that we'll be seeing present in this final season. And now you should have a rough understanding of where we picked up on this season, and also the long-term goals of the Marleyan army and their standing in the current world of Attack on Titan. So let me briefly discuss the history of the Marleyans and the Eldians, as it's clear that even though both Marleyans and Eldians are working on the same side for what we can see in the war, there's an obvious divide / hierarchy. And also just a quick note, this perspective on past events that I'll be giving you is through the eyes of Marley, since that's the main focus area of this video. But I'd suggest you adopt an Erwin Smith type approach to what I'm telling you and keep open-minded. It is said that Marley in the past was a very powerful nation, which ended up being overthrown by the Eldian king, King Fritz, who used Ymir, who made the contract with the devil of all earth, and gained the power of the Titans to defeat Marley and his other enemies. With the death of Ymir, it is said that her spirit split into the form of the 9 Titans, and that the subjects of Ymir, who are Ymir's descendants, began oppression of other races including Marley for the next 1,700 years, until Marley plotted to overthrow Eldia and managed to bring 7 of the 9 Titans under their control, resulting in them winning the Great Titan War. As a result of this, the Eldian king at the time fled to Paradis with many of his people, creating the wars we are all familiar with today, Wall Maria, Wall Rose and Wall Sheena. Also, just a little side note in case people may have forgotten, subjects of Ymir, also known as Eldians, are known as a special race who can turn into Titans, so all the people on Paradise Islands are subjects of Ymir as Eldians and have the ability to be turned into Titans. And this is also the same for the Eldians who reside in Marley, which is why they are ostracized and forced to live in internment zones and wear armbands which show they are Eldians, since they are the spawn of the devil and have to pay for the sins of their ancestors. As a result of growing up in Marley, the Eldians who live there are told that Marley is a great nation and that they are blessed to service Marley after everything that their Eldian ancestors did during their 1,700 year reign. So the majority of the Eldians who reside in Marley love their ancestry and strive to be good Eldians by servicing and fighting for Marley. And they also resent the bad Eldians who fled from their sins all those years ago with King Fritz and took refuge in Paradis. And some people may be asking the question, if the Eldians are hated by Marley so much, why are they still allowed to live there? Well, as I said in the beginning of the video, Marley relies on the power of the Titans for military might as a nation, so Eldians, despite being hated due to them being the only race that can transform into Titans, they can be used as pure Titans for battle, and Marley's government also has the warrior system where they select warriors from all over the continent and train them to be vessels for the 9 Titans. Furthermore, should they be successful, they gain the title of being honorary Marleyans. So the nation of Marley does have its benefits in keeping the Eldians around because they can use them for war. So far, out of the 9 Titans, the ones we know are the Attack Titan, the Armored Titan, the Beast Titan, the Colossal Titan, the Female Titan, the Card Titan, the Jaw Titan, and the Founding Titan. Currently, they only have 4 of the 9 Titans, which will be inherited by the Marley warriors, with the exception being the Warhammer Titan, which is under Marley control, but is not being inherited by the method of the warrior system. And as for the Titans they don't have under their control, they don't have the Attack Titan, the Founding Titan, the Colossal Titan, and the Female Titan. Which leads me into the main new characters who will be introduced to us in this final season. They are all warrior candidates who are currently aiming to inherit the power of the Armored Titan, as Reiner's term of 13 years is coming to its end, as one who inherits the power of the 9 Titans has their lifespan cut to 13 years, since the same thing happened to the progenitor of the Titans, Ymir. The only exceptions to being a candidate of gaining the Armored Titan in these new characters we introduced in the first episode is Colt Grice, the older brother of Falco, who is going to inherit the Beast Titan at the end of Zeke's term, and they're already named Marleyan warriors. So let me do a brief introduction to the warriors and the warrior candidates who we see in this final season of Attack on Titan. Starting with the warrior candidates, we have Gabby Brown. As you can probably tell from her last name, she's a relative of Reiner, but to be exact, she is Reiner's younger cousin. And she is also the most promising of all the present warrior candidates and will likely earn the seat of the Armored Titan. Gabby is shown to be very confident and skilled, as she was able to disable her armored train all by herself, and as a result presented the loss of 800 Eldian soldiers. Next we have Falco Grice, who is the younger brother of Colt Grice. We initially see him being saved by his older brother from the crossfire from the Middle East Allied forces, and Falco seems to be very reserved and compassionate, which can be seen through him trying to help a wounded enemy soldier. He also likes his fellow warrior candidate Gabby, and wants to inherit the Armored Titan to prevent her from having a short life, and one filled with pain and suffering. The next warrior candidates we have are Udo and Zofia. Now to be honest, there's not too much to say about these two, however they are both warrior candidates, so they are definitely capable. Udo seems to be fairly intelligent and also a bit shaky when on the battlefield, and Zofia is very calm and collected and seems to respect her other warrior candidates. Now let me get into the warriors we see in the final season and the ones we'll be introduced to shortly, and for this part I'm going to keep it really short just for the sake of spoilers. First off, we have Reiner Brown, the current Armored Titan user. Most of you know who Reiner is by this point in the series, so I won't go crazy on the explanation, but he is a Marleyan warrior and he was also a member of the Survey Corps before him and Bertolt Hoover betrayed them. As the Armored Titan, Reiner possesses very strong armor around his body and formidable power. Next we have Zeke, who is the war chief of the Marleyan army and is also the current user of the Beast Titan. We saw Zeke present during the fight against the Survey Corps, where he killed the majority of their members until he was bested by Levi Ackerman and fled with the assistance of the Cart Titan. He also stated before he left that someday he will return and save Eren Yeager. As the Beast Titan, Zeke possesses very high intelligence and insane rock throwing skills. MLB pitchers have nothing on this guy, trust me. The next warrior we have is one who at this time of the video going up should have just been introduced, but we have Porco Galliard, who is the current user of the Jaw Titan. Galliard inherited the Jaw Titan after eating Ymir, and he is also the brother of Marcel Galliard, who died protecting Reiner when him, Annie, Bertolt and Reiner were attempting to invade the walls. As the Jaw Titan, Galliard possesses insane agility and very powerful jaws used to rip apart the enemy. And last but not least, we have Pieck Finger. Also forgive me if I butchered her name, but she is the current user of the Cart Titan, and we first saw her when Zeke and the others were battling against the Survey Corps. As the Cart Titan, Pieck is very fast and is able to transport weapons on her back due to the unique build of the Cart Titan. And with that, I feel like I've gone over the necessary areas that need to be explained at this point in time with the Marley warriors and just what is going on in this final season of Attack on Titan. And I really hope you found this video helpful and informative. So with that, we are at the end of the video. This is my first time trying my hand at covering Attack on Titan, so I really do hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I hope it was just enough to satisfy some questions a lot of people had without revealing everything this final season has to offer, because this season is going to be absolutely amazing. And if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to smash that like button. Let's try to get the video to 50 likes, so I know you guys want to see more Attack on Titan on the channel. And also subscribe to the channel as it really helps me out. I'm still trying to hit 4K subscribers before the end of the year. And last but not least, if there's any specific Attack on Titan videos you guys want to see, comment it down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.